Start sitting on your mat. Welcome to practice with me. My name is Silja. Let's start by straightening our legs directly forward and shake your legs gently, just to warm up our bodies before we start. Then flex your ankles, pointing your toes up and point them down, flexing your ankles and pointing them, flexing and pointing, flexing and pointing, flexing, and then making circles with our ankles to one direction and then the other, always breathing in and out through your nose the whole practice. Then shake your legs again to release any tension, bending your knees. Let's do some windshield wipers. So just let your knees come to one side and then the other, keeping your knees bent. You can gently rest your palms on the ground behind you. Then, coming to sit in a comfortable cross-legged position, reach your arms out and make circles with your wrists to one direction and then changing direction, just to warm your wrist joints up. And shake your arms, shake your wrists, placing your palms on your knees. Lift your shoulders up toward your ears and let them drop. Again and again, lifting your shoulders up and letting them drop. One more time. And then making circles with your shoulders, making big circles with your shoulders up and then forward, down, back up and forward, and changing direction from front to back. Keep breathing smoothly and steadily through your nose. Then coming to center. Let your right ear drop toward your right shoulder, finding a stretch on the left-hand side of your neck. Just breathe into any tension you want to release. Then let your chin drop down toward your chest bone, stretching the back of your neck for a moment. And then let your head continue in a half circle, now bringing your left ear to drop toward your left shoulder. Just breathe into that stretch on the right-hand side of your neck and letting your chin drop down again. Coming back to center, looking straight forward. Now come to your tabletop position, your wrists under your shoulders, your knees under your hips for cat and cow. So with an inhale, reach your heart forward, letting your belly drop. With an exhale, around your spine, bringing your navel up toward your spine. With an inhale, reach your heart forward for cow. With an exhale, around your spine for cat. Inhale, reach your heart forward, making this a flow where every movement follows the breath. Exhale, round your spine, pushing through the palms. Inhale, letting your belly drop, reach your heart forward. Exhale, round your back, round your spine. With an inhale, reaching your heart forward. And exhale, push the ground away through the whole circumference of your palms. Then bringing your big toes together, keeping your knees as they are, reach your arms forward, sit back to child's pose, balasana, placing your forehead on the ground. You may sway your hips gently from side to side to release your lower back. Rest here for a moment, breathing deeply. Feel the ground supporting you. Remembering that this is a great resting pose if you need to rest at any time during the practice. Then coming back to your hands and knees, take a little bit wider stance, placing the palms shoulder width apart, push back to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Keep your spine long and neutral. You can walk it out. To warm up, and stretch your hamstrings, especially if this is your first practice today. Firming your abdomen in and your front ribs in. Then lift your heels up, coming up on the balls of your feet, finding length through your whole spine and bringing your heels lower, coming back up on the balls of your feet, bringing your heels down. One more time, coming up on the balls of your feet, and then coming down to your downward facing dog, adjusting the pose in any way you need to feel good here, but prioritize finding a long neutral spine, so you may keep your knees bent, especially if your hamstrings are tight. Then push forward, coming to plank pose, firming your lower abdomen in, then push back to downward facing dog, reaching your hips high. With an inhale, coming back to plank pose, firming your abdomen in, feeling strong and steady, and push back to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. One more time, forward with an inhale for plank, and push back to downward facing dog, exhaling here. Then bring your knees down, bending your elbows for Chaturanga, and come all the way down on your belly. Walk your hands forward so your elbows come under your shoulders, reaching your heart forward, looking forward for Sphinx pose. Just a gentle heart opener. Without moving your arms, feel like as if you were pulling your forearms back and reaching your heart forward. Still keeping a gentle engagement with your lower belly. Then come all the way down. Slide your palms next to your rib cage, firming your elbows in. Firm your abdomen in, pulling your navel up toward your spine. Then rolling your shoulders back and down. Reach your heart forward, lifting your chest and your head off the ground. Look to the front of your mat, then with an exhale, coming down. Second time, low cobra. With an inhale, curl your chest off the floor, finding strength in your back. With an exhale, coming back down. With an inhale, lifting up. Now try to lift your palms off the ground to check that you're using your back strength, not your hands. Then with an exhale, coming down. And push back to child's pose, sitting on your heels, your knees slightly apart. Reaching your arms forward, letting your forehead rest on the ground. Just take a moment of rest here. Then come back to all fours and push back to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Finding your long neutral spine again. Firming your lower belly in, tucking your front ribs in as you reach your sitting bones even higher. Still keeping your breath smooth and steady, adjusting in any way that feels good in your body. Then walk your hands to meet your feet at the back of your mat, hanging in forward fold, Uttanasana. Then with an inhale, reach your heart forward, half forward fold. And with an exhale, fold down, forward fold, Uttanasana. Second time, half forward fold, reaching your heart forward. And exhale, forward fold. Then place your hands at your hips and come up to standing with a long neutral spine. Then walk to the front of your mat, starting in Tadasana, feet hip width apart, second toes pointing forward. Reach your arms up overhead and hinge down from your hips for Uttanasana, forward fold. Reaching your heart forward, half forward fold, step back to plank pose. Keeping your knees up or placing your knees on the ground. Bending your elbows down to Chaturanga, coming all the way down in your belly. Roll your shoulders back, reaching your heart forward for low cobra. Then with an exhale, come down, pushing through your hands and feet to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Adjusting the length of your stance if you need to. Then firming your abdomen in, having solid foundation, lift your left leg up, only hip height, keeping the ankle flexed, spinning the inner thigh up toward the sky. Then step your left foot through in between your hands, turning the right heel out, right toes are in 45-degree angle, left toes forward for Trikonasana, triangle pose. Placing your left hand on your shin or on the ground behind your front leg. Opening your chest up, finding length through all four sides of your waist. Then bending your left knee, coming to Warrior Two. Check your alignment, front heel to back arch. Firming your abdomen in, spreading your collarbones wide. Then straightening both legs. Walk your feet a bit closer, second toes pointing forward. Placing your hands on your hips, hinge forward for Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold. Keep pushing your front quads back to straighten your legs. You may walk your hands in between your legs, placing the palms on the ground. Firming your elbows in, rolling your shoulders up away from your ears. Feel the widening in the back of your legs. Just breathe into that stretch. And placing your hands on your hips, come up with a long neutral spine, turning your right toes out this time, hinging from your hips, coming to Trikonasana, triangle pose, placing your right hand on your shin or on the ground behind your right leg, left arm up toward the sky, opening your chest wide as you firm your lower belly in, lengthening through all four sides of your waist. Then bending your right knee, coming to Warrior Two, Virabhadrasana 2, front heel to back arch alignment. Firm the whole outer edge of your left foot, your back foot on the ground. Feeling strong and steady, then straightening both legs. Toe heel your feet closer together until you have a wide squat, toes slightly out. And sit down to Malasana, squatting with your forearms inside your knees, pushing your forearms and knees together. Reach your tailbone down and your chest bone forward, opening your chest, finding a long neutral spine. Breathe into the opening in your hips and the length of your spine. If your mind wanders, bring it back to how your breath sounds and feels in your body. Then come all the way sitting down. Ground your sitting bones on the ground, placing the soles of your feet together, letting the knees open to the sides, holding your feet. With an inhale, find length through your spine. With an exhale, fold down over your feet. You may keep holding your feet or reach your arms forward. Then letting your spine round gently, letting gravity pull you down. Keep breathing through your nose, in and out. Placing emphasis on the exhale, making it as long as your inhale is. Then coming back up, come lie down on your back. Keeping your left knee bent, left sole of the foot on the ground. Bend your right knee and bring your right ankle on the left thigh below your left knee. You may stay there or thread your arms through and grab a hold of your left shin, pulling the left knee toward your chest. And as you pull the left knee and the right ankle with it closer to your chest, reach your tailbone down. So your spine, your lower back is not curling off the ground, but your spine is long on the ground. Breathe into the opening in the right hip. Then changing sides, bring your left ankle on your right thigh below the knee. You may stay there or thread your arms through for a little bit more intense stretch. Bringing your right knee and your left ankle closer to your chest, releasing your tailbone down as you pull your legs closer to your chest, feeling an opening on the left hip this time and breathing into it. Release your legs, placing your feet mat width apart. Let your knees fall to the right side. You may place your right ankle on top of your left knee for a little bit more weight on that knee to find a deeper spinal twist, opening your left arm to the left side, turning to look toward the left. Keep your left shoulder grounded. Just breathing into a gentle release through your whole spine. Changing sides, letting your knees drop to the left side this time. You may place your left foot on the right knee to gently guide it closer to the ground as you still keep your right shoulder on the ground firmly, opening your right arm to the right side, turning to look to your right. Feeling how the ground is supporting you, and all you can do is surrender. Then coming back to center, reach your arms and legs up toward the sky, making circles with your ankles and wrists to one direction and changing the direction. Then gently shake both your arms and legs, just freely to release any tension. Then mindfully bring your arms and legs down, extending your legs straight, turning your palms to face to the sky for Shavasana, our final resting pose, the most important pose in any yoga practice. Let yourself fully relax here, just softening, releasing any tension you might have in your face or your jaw, the base of your tongue, letting every inch of your body fully relax and your breath become light and unconstrained. The ground supports you and you can fully let go. This is a safe place to rest. Then gently wiggle your toes and your fingers, reach your arms up overhead to take a stretch as if you were waking up in the morning for the first time. Then turn to your right side, letting your head rest for a moment on your forearm. Then push yourself up to comfortable cross-legged seated position for a moment of recentering. Placing your palms in front of your heart. Thank you for practicing with me today.